everybody, WC Turk here for Revolution and Beer, revolutionandbeer.com. On the street, we're at 1425 South Western Avenue in Chicago with Dwayne Barr here. Dwayne is part of the Mobile Rail Workers Union, here to protest unfair labor practices by Mobile Rail. You can hear some of the support on the street here. There's a group of folks here in support of the union and against those unfair practices. Dwayne, tell folks a little bit about your situation. You were terminated by the company?
That's correct. I was terminated last Friday for discrimination.
Employee in here just a little
Sorry.
That's okay.
My boss came to the yard and basically fired me on the spot and told me that the contract had no longer provided pay for helpers, and that's what I'm considered a helper. We help service the locomotives for UP, and then a day later he posted on their website that they were hiring for helpers, and they were paying them to train them for their CDLs, and they could have just did that for us.
Why do you feel that they didn't do that for you guys?
To be honest, I really couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I really don't have no clue. It don't make any sense to me. And I tried to get the manager, Tim, to explain that to me, and he basically couldn't. So I really don't understand it myself.
Is it a wage issue? Is it a
Well, it's a wage issue because everybody that work with the company, we all getting paid different wages.
Yeah.
You know, some helpers are getting paid $10 an hour, some are getting 11, some are getting 12, and it don't make no sense. We all do the same thing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And he didn't even hire me.
Yeah.
I didn't get the proper training or none of that stuff.
They just threw you into the job.
They just threw me into the job, and I had to learn it. I had to learn stuff on my own and from the driver that I usually work with at the yard. So, you know, and it's a lot of safety issues and hazards out here at the yard. So,
well, you know, we used to work a union job out at O'Hare Airport. So I know the issues of safety. I know the importance of training. I also know a couple of things about. First of all, this is an inherently dangerous job.
yes.
So you always got to keep. I used to train people saying when they'd say, "How do you survive out here?" I'd say, "Just assume that everything and everybody's trying to kill you."
Right, basically.
So that was one aspect of it. The other aspect of it, we were talking with another one of your colleagues earlier, who was also terminated, and he feels unfairly. Is the idea that this job, a physical job like this, is just dangerous over long term for the wear and tear on your body?
Almost definitely, because you're constantly climbing sand towers. You climbing in and out of the trains. You're lifting 50 to 75 pounds of material to service the locomotives. You're dealing with fumes off the oil and sand that over the years would cause cancer.
Yeah.
You know, and respiratory problems.
So the lack of training feels to me very, very dangerous.
Definitely.
Just to throw you into this job. Do they give you anything like hearing protection? Do they mandate hearing protection, eye protection, hand protection, knee pads?
Well, they didn't supply knee pads. We had to provide our own steel toe boots.
Okay.
The only thing that they gave us was gloves, which was garden gloves, which wear and tear.
Those rubber,
real thin.
Yeah.
After the oil and water get on them, 3 days after that, you have to toss them.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't work Sundays out here with no gloves at all.
Just a little bit more.
I have worked out here sometimes with no gloves at all.
Yeah.
And the UP guys have provided me waterproof gloves, you know, to protect my hands.
That's a favor. That's
exactly that.
You're getting lucky with somebody who's willing to do you
a favor, because the UP guys didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And the glasses that Mobile Rail supplied for us, they were very thin. You know, with the wind and dust flying, then the glasses get scratches on them, then you can't even see. So UP also did me a favor and supplied me hardware gloves that was more durable and block my eyes so no debris or dust or anything would fly in my eyes.
And I guess sort of what we're getting at here is you have safety equipment almost by mistake.
Right.
Because the company is not supporting and supplying you with that. And as we said, and as you said, an inherently dangerous environment.
Correct. Yeah, just like with the harness, we have to climb on top of the trains and clean the windows. We have to climb up the sand tower to fill our trucks to supply the locomotives. And when we did have a harness, I would come to work the next day and the harness would be gone. And so technically, if you don't have the harness, you're not supposed to do certain services. But we had to do it anyway because we would get in trouble.
You get that pressure from the management.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, they're talking out both sides of their mouth, and ultimately trying to put you in a position in which you're accountable for your own safety.
Exactly. But at the same token, they wasn't supplying us with the proper gear to do the type of jobs that we had to do out here.
And the unions by design are more about training and seniority. Putting those, that's sort of the key to seniority, is having people that have that experience and have that knowledge up front. But it's also giving, so that you guys don't have to fight these issues by yourselves. It's giving you a broader voice in order to raise concerns about safety issues, things that can, and very quickly, how long were you out here?
I worked for Mobile Rail Solution for 2.5 months.
Okay.
I got hired the day after Memorial Day, and I got fired last Friday.
Okay.
So almost a week from today.
Okay. So do you correct me if I'm wrong, but it almost feels like they're playing games with almost like a day labor situation.
Yeah.
So when they need the labor, they beef up, and then they get rid of you without any recourse.
Well, they're doing that now since we tried to form this union.
Okay.
Well, even before it came to that, we was trying to negotiate with them about pay raises and safety issues.
Okay.
And they didn't want to do no negotiation. So we said, well, we would take it to a higher authority, which is a union, to stage a union. And what the union is, we wouldn't go through all of this bull crap that we're going through.
Yeah.
So then when the union people, our union reps started getting in touch with the boss, then that's when he started laying people off.
That's when the firing started.
The firing started and changing people's hours and days and just screwing up a whole lot of things around.
Yeah. Dwayne, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll post this on Revolution and Beer on Facebook. This will also be posted. Some links to the IWW and the situation here will be posted on our Facebook and on our website as well. Thanks for joining us, Dwayne. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Peace, man. Good luck.
Thanks.